Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, it is special Andre time once again. We are here in the finals of Competo Cup number 25 and number 26. It's one of the two. And Kaz is behind one game. He was able to take the last game on Lost Temple. Of course, what did he do against the Zerg player? He did a Thor drop. It was successful, why not? But now he's playing on Scrap Station. It is the map choice by Cuba. Cuba is up 2-1. And because of the fact that it's the best of 5, meaning the first player who wins 3 out of 5 matches will win the whole tournament. Cuba only needs to win one more game. He is spawning as the green Zerg and the left position on Scrap Station's position spawn number 1. And on the right side we have Cast spawning on position number 2. And now you must be thinking, oh, where is he building his barracks? Why is he not getting any gas? And he's going for a very, I think it is one of the safest ZVT opening. And once again, the reason why I am not busy and I made my character code available is that people will be able to tell me if there's something wrong with the stream, if there's any important stuff. If you want to get any shoutouts, ask nicely in the chat maybe, or just here, another possibility. Like me on Facebook, send me a message on Facebook to ask for a shout out, and maybe I will give you one. But abusing this is not a nice thing to do. Anyway, so why is it a very safe opening to go for this double barracks here at this choke point on Scrap Station for a Terran player? Because you're pretty much safe against early bailing attacks. The wall off is much easier here on this area with 2 barracks than with supply depots and barracks. It's just, you just need 2 buildings and boom, you're walled off. And you also ward off this area, you ward off this area, you ward off this area as well. The one important thing you need to pay attention to is that you have a supply depot here built, a unit there being positioned, or even a barracks floating over this one to see when the Zerg player is moving out, because the Zerg player, it's not easy for a Zerg player to bust this front open. I mean, roaches can attack the barracks here without getting shot at, but with a bunker providing one additional range for the Marines, I think the Marines are able to shoot at the roaches without the roaches outranging the bunker and attacking the barracks at the same time. So, and interestingly enough, it is Cuba who is going for the one-base Mutalist play, and on the other hand we have Kaz having 3 barracks. There his command center is just finished, going for an orbital command right now. And the other good thing is about going for the wall off here at this location is just you can easily build your expansion here at the natural expansion, and you don't have to build it in your main base and then just waste additional time flying your command center over there, or your orbital command in general. So like this opening, and I think it will get more and more common in TVZ on Scrap Station. So there we see the hatchery by Cuba. The hatchery is halfway done. Scan just in the base, and with the scan he just spotted the spire. He's reacting immediately. What is he doing? He is going for an engineering bay. The engineering bay takes 35 seconds in total to build, and another 25 seconds for each missile turret. So because of the fact that he just scanned, he just spotted the spire, he will be able to get missile turrets in his main and in his natural mineral line just in time, because the muta takes 33 seconds to build, so it's another 20 seconds for this muta to finish, another couple seconds to fly over there. So he's got enough Marines. Marines are of course a good unit to have. Interestingly enough, he's just only now building this tech lab to go for the stim pack, but he's able to build a missile turret in his main. Here it is. and he has a second missile turret, and he should be building 2 missile turrets in this natural as well. There we go. And he's even building a missile turret here to protect his supply depot. So nice turret placement. So where's the first Mutalisk? Here it is. We have 2 more Mutas in production. Mutas got 1 kill, but the Marines did some damage there as well, and even putting up a missile turret here at the destructible rocks. Of course, he needs to have those Marines in position to protect the SCV, building the missile turret. Meanwhile, Cuba, how many drones does he have? He's got 31 drones compared to 38 SCVs. Let's follow those mutas a little bit around, see how much damage and where they will be able to do some damage. So Zerglings running in, so looks like as Kaz was rearranging his forces, no, he did not completely wall off the space, because like we see there's a small space, so that's why the Zerglings were able to move on. But with so many Marines and the nice enough micro, Kaz should be able to was able to get rid of all those Marines, and now he's attacking, even though he's not ahead in terms of supply anymore. But with this pure Marine army, he should be able to do quite some damage, because there are no Banelings out and only Zerglings and Mutas. Yes, Marines still quite fine with it. So there are the drones, there are the Zerglings, there are the Mutas, and now Kaz needs to micro a little bit, he needs to run away a little bit more, but because of the fact that there's just too many Zerglings, he did not do that well as he planned to do in the first place. But it's especially but keep in mind that the stim was not ready, and without stim, because of the fact that he did not stim, and in the end, after all, he microed his units quite well anyway. Now Cuba is going for the Baneling's Nest. On the other hand, the stim finished for Kaz, and he's got the concussor shell, he's got the stim pack en route, he's able to produce 6 Marines at once, now going even for another command center. Here it is built. Maybe it will be flown over here to the island expansion, or a little bit more safe for the center, or the half island expansion here. And what about those rocks? Still there. What about those rocks? Still there as well. And he's just, I mean, the production tab is so full of everything by Kaz. He's just getting, like I said, more of everything. Getting reactors everywhere, getting medivacs, so he just gets everything, and he's doing a really great job with it. On the other hand, Cuba is only focusing on getting a certain amount of units, but there he's getting quite a lot. Tried to go for the expandy at the center location, but they're only getting going for some Mutalisks and Banelings and Zerglings. This is just not enough. As soon as the Terran players got a certain amount of units, you need to do a sort of transition, add some infestors in the mix. We saw some nice infestor play in the GSTL today, and I'm so happy to wake up tomorrow and a couple of hours later, 10 a.m., I will be able to watch GSTL once again. Incredible Miracle is playing against OGS tomorrow in a Korean Clown War style best of 7. And I'm so pumped for this, because I'm now so pumped because I don't know if Kaz will be able to micro his Marines the way he would like to micro his Marines. Because I know Kaz got some good micro, especially with the Warcraft 3 background he's got. Meanwhile, Mutas trying to do some more damage, but with a smart missile turret placement, it's not too easy for the Mutas to actually deal so much damage. But now this command center just landed. There is a missile turret number 1, missile turret number 2, and I'm just hoping for a planetary fortress. And yeah, there we go. Beastie, for example, he likes to fortify his planetary fortresses with additional supply depots in the front. Now Kaz got the vision here on the Zalnaga watchtower back, and he's aware of all those Banelings, and those Banelings are quite a lot actually. 19 Banelings, 12 Zerglings, but 12 Zerglings and 9 Mutas, not so many Mutas. And you normally want to have more Zerglings than Baneling. This guy is just having more Banelings than Zerglings. And Kaz just needs to play it safe, needs to play it cool. On the other hand, Cuba, he needs to do something, because he was getting ahead quite a bit, and then I'm not saying he was getting ahead, he was on par with Kaz, but Kaz is now moving out, and once again Kaz having his Marauders at the front, moving back with his Marines and taking game number 4. So we will have an ace match, and I think I think I'm not the only one thinking after seeing game 1, seeing game 2, and seeing Cars complaining quite a lot. Boom! Cars won game 3, won game 4, and he played really, really good and convincingly, did not complain about the leg, did not make too many errors, mistakes. Maybe he was just complaining about the leg all the time to entertain the crowd, and now he tied up the series 2-2, and we will have a final game, an ace match, the 5th game in a best of 5. It is what everybody should have hoped for and could have hoped for the sake of entertainment. So, score is now 2-2, waiting for the lobby to open, and I'm really curious where this is going. Maybe it will be Shakura's Plateau, maybe it will be something like Zelnaga Caverns. And it will be Metalopolis. On Metalopolis, it is very interesting. BC, for example, told me he can't win against a very good Zerg player if they're spawning on cross positions on Metalopolis. If they're spawning next to each other by air or by ground, it's no problem. But cross positions on Metalopolis is not too easy for him. But on the other hand, and it's only a 1 in a 3 chance that you actually spawn cross positions on Metalopolis. So Kaz just told us that it's getting better the later it gets. I mean, in the Ukraine it's already 2 a.m. and I just said less people downloading porn, and it might be the truth. And I mean, I was talking about the infrastructure in the Ukraine not being that good, and now Kaz even saying, okay, fucking Ukraine, Ukraine never be good because of all of the corruption there. And I know firsthand that in the Eastern European countries, corruption, especially in the government, is pretty much everywhere. If you got any troubles with the law and you get a couple of dollars left, or even more, euros are even more preferred than dollars right nowadays, because the euro is strong, the dollar is not so much, and of course, all those countries using the euro are more near than the countries than using the dollar actually. But let's not talk about countries in the eastern part of the European region, even though I love them, and I'm really loving them because I lived in Russia for 7 years, in Moscow, Eastern Europe all the way, even though I'm from Berlin in Germany. But let me just start the recording so we can get going with this final game.